Leaving Christianity to follow Jesus is the best decision I ever made with my life. I know that sounds crazy. How can you leave Christianity and follow Jesus? Here's what I mean. I was the model Christian, read through the Bible every year since childhood, had my quiet time every morning, led church small groups, went on mission trips, did and believed all the things, and I was miserable. Plagued by anxiety, fear, depression. I had mountaintop experiences and moments with God, sure, but they were fleeting. I finally realized it was because deep down I knew my faith made zero sense. I had to believe God committed genocidal land grabs in the Old Testament, that he flew into fits of rage and slaughtered women and children, that he used collective punishment, killing innocent people for someone else's sin. I had to believe God needs to sentence people to an eternal torture chamber unless they believe he needed his own son brutally murdered to pay for the sin nature he allowed us to be born with. Does any of that sound like love? Every time I brought up these contradictions, I was told, God's ways are higher. You just have to have faith. But faith in what? Faith that God does objectively evil things and calls them good? If a human did the things God did in the Bible, we'd call him a war criminal. But when God does it, it's holy and righteous. I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't keep checking my brain at the door when I walked into church for the rock concert and motivational speech where they tell you God commands you to give them 10% of your income. So I started asking the hard questions and I discovered something life changing. Jesus didn't teach any of that. Jesus taught the kingdom of God is within you, that you're one with a loving Father, that we abide in God's love by loving our neighbor as ourselves. Simple, clear, transformative. The moment I understood what Jesus actually taught, that I'm one with God, not separated from God, everything changed. All my anxiety gone, all my fear dissolved. The peace I'd been desperately seeking finally found. And here's the beautiful part. My faith doesn't depend on nonsensical contradictions anymore. I don't have to believe God commits genocide, then tells me to love my enemies. I have complete confidence in God's love for me now, not because I believe the right doctrines, but because I understand my true identity. I am one with God, always have been, always will be. This Christ consciousness is what Jesus came to show us before Paul in Rome buried his message under layers of fear and control. This is the real good news. If you're struggling with the same contradictions, if you're tired of checking your brain at the door, if you're ready to discover what Jesus actually taught, subscribe to this account and visit realgoodnews.org to join our community.